Hey everyone, Morgan here, and Baby Rogue. So I know that she's super cute and probably going to be really distracting, but try to stay focused with me here, okay? If you have to watch this video a couple times, I totally understand. Okay, so I get asked a lot, where do I start? Not just where do I start prepping, but like what order should I buy the preps in? And really this is a very difficult question to answer because every situation is going to be different, because maybe you have some sort of disability in which you need to prep for that specific stuff first before you focus on anything else. You know what I mean? Like you need some sort of alternative electricity to be able to power some medical supplies or something. Like that's going to be a priority to you, okay? So my suggestion before I go into other suggestions is to actually write a list of some things that you have going on in your life, right? Do you have kids? A priority would be to prep necessary things for your kids, right? Maybe if you have a baby, extra formula, or baby food, or first aid items for your kids, stuff like that. So it's just going to be so varied depending on your circumstances and your situation. But in saying all that, I do want to give maybe some idea on where you could get started, and then maybe you could go from there and say, okay, well, I'm going to do this first and then just switch it around. Okay, don't take this as like a hard and fast rule of you have to do it in this order. Just take it as these suggestions, and get started with this stuff first, and then move on to whatever else you might need. Okay, so the first thing that I suggest people buy is food and water. Any type of food. If you want to just set it and forget it, then freeze-dried food is going to be your best option, okay? Otherwise, go to the grocery store, get some canned food, some rice and some lentils, or some canned beans, stuff like that, and just start building it up. And I would take about a month or two to really get a handle and in the habit of building stuff up, okay? Building up the water. So I would buy 2 gallons of water per person per day. And then food, at least try to build up like maybe 2 weeks worth of food and then go from there. 72 hours is minimum, but 72 hours really isn't going to be enough. So try to build it up, okay? Focus on one task at a time. And what I would suggest focusing on first is the food and water. Okay. After that, I would suggest some sort of water purification method for your home. Something like a Berkey, even like one of those water purification camping systems, like the pump systems, the bigger, not bigger, but it's not a straw. It's the actual kind of pump systems. Those will work well too. Or, just get some tablets. You could also, just plan to filter and boil. Just consider your water purification options in case you need to procure water from another source, or in case there's ever a boil effect in your area, and you need to, purify and filter the water that just comes out of the tap, right? All right, and the next one is going to be alternative cooking methods. So how are you going to cook this food? How are you going to boil the water to cook this mountain house, right? Or whatever else. So alternative cooking methods is going to be great. Even if you have gas or propane, I highly recommend alternative cooking options. A barbecue, a camp stove. You could also, just use a fire pit in your backyard, or if you have an apartment complex, a lot of apartment complexes have fire pits, stuff like that. So alternative methods. And then the fuel that goes along with those alternative methods. So if you're going to go to the store and just get like a big, nice camp stove, which is super easy and convenient, anybody can do it. You can just go to like any camping store, outdoor store, whatever, and get the fuel with it. Or if you're going to use a fire pit, be sure to have wood. That's what I mean. So, all right, the next items, actually the few items for this that I'm going to recommend is Blackout Kit stuff. So. Flashlights. You want numerous flashlights that you can have in your Blackout Kit, as well as just generally around the house, so that you can kind of just grab a flashlight if the lights go out. Yes, you have your phone with a light on it, but it's nice to have, a few flashlights around. You don't have to get expensive flashlights. There's lots of budget-friendly flashlights. Candles with matches and lighters. And then batteries. Batteries for your headlamps, your flashlights, whatever needs batteries. And if you're feeling really fancy and frisky with your preparedness, I would highly suggest a portable solar charger so that you can charge batteries. You can get rechargeable batteries and charge those batteries, or charge your devices, or whatever else. All right, the next thing that I'm going to suggest is first aid items. First aid items are really going to come in handy. Not just Band-Aids and gauze and things like that, but any type of first aid items and medications. Pain relievers and hydrocortisone cream, Benadryl, oral and topical stuff for your whole family, including your pets. Like a lot of topical stuff, topical Benadryl and stuff like that for pets. You just never know. First aid is really important. Having a first aid kit in your home, having it in your vehicle, and having it in your bug out supplies as well. All right, the next thing is going to be hygiene and sanitation. This is just an example, but I'm going to talk about some hygiene and sanitation. Extra toilet paper, soap, no rinse or the waterless soaps and shampoos, things like that. Alternative methods for getting clean, alternative methods for taking showers, alternative methods for going to the bathroom, all of these alternative methods for your home. And I'm going to put some links down below in the description where you can learn more about some of this stuff. All right, the last thing that I suggest you work on would be your bug out supplies. Your bug out bag for, each family member should have their own bag, including your pets. And then, like you're working on your vehicle, that would be your bug out vehicle, even if it's your everyday vehicle. That means including car kit stuff like tools and extra food and extra water, possibly medications if you want. Possibly a fire extinguisher, things like that. And again, I have links down below to where you can learn more about some of this stuff. But your bug out bags, or your go kits, or whatever you want to call them, your bunch even, and your vehicle, supply these bug out things. And of course, in saying all of this, you need to have a plan about when and how to use this stuff. You need to be able to test those water purification methods. You need to test all the gear that you buy. You need to test this stuff and make sure that all of this is going to be good quality gear, especially with your first aid stuff. If you buy a pre-made first aid kit, which is totally fine, or even a pre-made bug out bag, you need to make sure that this stuff actually works for you, that the gear works more than just once, and you're practicing with this stuff fairly regularly, as often as you possibly can, right? And inventory this stuff and create a plan on how to handle emergencies and disasters. And then all this stuff will just seamlessly come together. So there's a lot more that you can buy, of course. There's a bunch of stuff, right? But that's just my starting list of kind of where to start buying your preps and in kind of what order. Of course, the priorities are going to change dependent on you, your family, your skill level, whatever it is. But if you're just starting out, this is kind of the easiest way to go about really getting prepared. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.